Welcome back to another edition of the Course Creation Incubator podcast. I'm your host, Gina Onativia. So excited to be with you here today to help you build up your digital marketing in a bigger way, whatever that bigger game looks like for you. It might be a course, a workshop, a live cohort, a certification, whatever it is, I am here to support you, to inspire you to take massive action as part of your overall entrepreneurship and being a business owner. Now, people keep asking me today, and rightfully so, are courses dead? Are online courses a thing of the past? And my short answer is no, of course not. Okay, and we're done. Stop listening here. Just kidding. But the honest answer is, of course not, but the game has changed. And it's a different landscape than, when I first started doing the course game 12 plus years ago. Everything evolves in terms of digital marketing, your social media algorithms, how people opt into email, how people are consuming courses, and we have to evolve and adapt with it. So 2 reasons I've decided to record this podcast today, or 1, it's the beginning of the year, always a great time for reflection. And then 2, my friend Amy Porterfield, after years of putting out her Digital Course Academy, has decided to retire that flagship program. Now, DCA is awesome. We used to be affiliates before we created our own 6-week accelerator. She's going to move on to a smaller high-touch coaching program and changing up what she's selling. Now, I think part of it is just changing with the times. And I think part of it is, and listen, I haven't talked to Amy, but if I had to guess, that DCA is less profitable than it's been in the past. That consuming that type of program, which is a very robust 12-week program to build out your course, then launch via webinars, is kind of a thing of the past. It has fallen out of trend, and Amy sees that. So it begs the question, are courses dead? Are online courses still a viable money-making option for you? And the answer is yes, but you have to know what works today. And that's what I want to talk about in today's episode. What's working today in terms of online courses? What do people really want based on the landscape and the environment? And how can you really give the people what they want? Now, before we dive in, this episode is brought to you by our Done-For-You services. We provide done-for-you services for speakers, entrepreneurs, business owners, and we do course creation, of course. We love it. We do back-end marketing, lead gen. We do brand websites as well. If you want to work with us and be one of the few for high-touch custom work, go to coursecreationboutique.com/course, quick application, then let's have a chat. All right, so let's dive into what we're talking about today. What kind of courses still convert and are worth doing in this day and age? And just to recap now why courses still matter. And 1, it's the flexibility and accessibility for your potential students, clients, customers. They can, of course, learn anywhere on their schedule. And it's great for any kind of audience that just want to learn on the fly. So new moms, I was just talking to a new mom the other day whose baby is sleeping on her chest. And that's the only way that her 6-month-old will fall asleep. I said, oh my gosh, you've got to listen to Susan Menkes, who is a Done-For-You client of ours. Love her. She has incredible content. She can listen on the go while the baby is napping for now and hopefully eventually gets into the crib, right? While she's nursing. So just the convenience factor of those courses, you can't beat that. Second reason why online courses still matter is the depth and specialization of what you're learning. Industry practitioners teach niche, up-to-date skills you can't find in traditional programs. So I've got a friend, Jen Malika, who is an incredible medical practitioner, coach, trainer, and medical practitioners come to her to learn how to build up their business. And that's information you're not going to find anywhere else because it's so specific for these kind of medical practitioners. A third reason why courses still matter is cost and speed. Compared to, say, a traditional degree, online options, cheaper, faster. When the outcome is a real job skill, ROI can be exceptional. I was just talking to a digital marketer that I mentor, and she wants to learn more about Google Ads, and she's not going to university. She's taking online courses and she's getting the information fast, and then she's implementing immediately. You can't beat online courses in terms of that implementation. So let's talk about why this is a good yet challenging time to learn. Well, one, AI personalization and smarter platforms mean tailored learning paths, faster upskilling. It streamlines the process in terms of where you can take your clients and students and customers. I use AI all the time for thought starters and going from there. So that's cutting the time. Now, the challenge is that people can get that information off of AI now, right? So we've got to go above and beyond. We've got to get creative in terms of what we're putting out there. So that's why I want to talk through the course formats that I think still work in this day and age. Okay, let's talk about the course formats that still work, that convert, I think, to this day. And first and foremost, I still love a good starter course. Entry level, low ticket. I'm talking about a short boot camp or a 3-module starter course. So maybe you've got 10 lessons in there. Everyone's always asking me, like, how many lessons, how many videos is that, right? So it's a small commitment, a quick outcome, and perfect as a funnel entry. So I mentioned the Google Ads course. So Google Ads, not for an ads manager, but maybe you're a project manager and that's one aspect of what you do. Maybe you're not going to fully open up your own ads manager agency, but you need to know enough to maybe hire someone. So Google Ads for Dummies, Google Ads 101 is a really great course to get people interested. They feel like they have enough. Or it's an entryway to learn more, and then you decide, hey, I do want to get certified in that, and then you offer a bigger course on that. So this is what I recommend when you want to give someone a taste of what you do. So any new course creator comes to me and says, hey, building up audience for the first time, going from one-to-ones to wanting to put myself out there in a bigger way for online marketing. I love a starter course because of the low friction, the low risk, doesn't take you a ton of time to build, and you can get it out there and you can see what people are willing to pay for. And when I say low ticket, I mean under $200, $97, test it out. You can always change up the deliverables and the pricing as you go, but it's a really nice low risk way. I've got an accelerator student building out a starter course right now to try on an audience. Another course that I feel like is really working right now is a live cohort where there's urgency, there's accountability. For example, a 6-week live cohort with weekly live teaching, office hours, and peer groups, okay? Or a workshop series that can convert into cohorts, say a 2-week intensive followed by a 3-month small group implementation block. So we did our copywriting class, Megan O'Leary and I, last year around this time, and we did a 4-week program. So I would consider that a live cohort sprint because we did it over 30 days and really effective because it was 30 days. It was compact. People could commit to it. But then you could feel the momentum week after week. People were excited about the content and the copy that they were putting out there. So that really worked for us. And that live component shows that you're going to show up live. People are craving that right now, right? There's so much AI, so much online stuff, and we're lonely, right? Let's just put it out there. We're lonely. We're crave connection. So I love this idea of a live cohort. I've got a client right now. We're going to go out with an offer in about a month with a live cohort. We haven't offered this in about 5 years. What I love to do is just market it a little bit, have the promotional materials ready, have a landing page and some couple of emails ready to go, see if there's interest. Because we know we haven't pitched this in 5 years. So we want to know, okay, is there still an audience for this? Is there still interest? And we're ready to go to market because it's a live course. That's another great thing. You can promote it. You can waitlist it. You see if you get interest. And if you do, you fulfill on the course. which is another great reason to go live. So love this in terms of what's still working today. And we covered this structure in a recent episode, by the way, Plan Your Next Successful Live Course. I'll link to that episode in the show notes. I should have mentioned this, of course. I have the 6-week accelerator is getting your starter course to market. We'll link to that as a resource in the show notes as well. I don't talk about it enough. And I was just looking at how I talk about marketing in that program, and it still works for what's happening today. It's still super relevant. So if you are interested in launching a starter or entry course, check out the 6-week accelerator. I check your homework week to week to make sure you're on track. You get that personalization, that customization that we're talking about. That's oh so important these days as well. A third course that I feel is still working today that is prolific, can be prolific for you, is a certification class. Now, I talked about this in another episode, a couple of episodes, so I'll link to those in the show notes as well. So with the certification, you are certifying, just like it sounds like. You are saying to someone, here's my content, here's my process. You're going to learn this, and then you're going to teach it and have clients or students of your own. I love it because people are craving that these days. We've got a lot of coaches and consultants that are clients of ours. And sometimes you're looking for, hey, what's that niche I can get certified in? I've talked about Bo Eason's storytelling certification that we've built out in the last year. People wanted to know, how do I teach like Bo? And Bo's a storyteller, former NFL player. Link to his episode in the show notes. He's unbelievable. Especially in the day of AI, how do I stand out? And your personal story and being able to connect is more important than ever. So people want that. And that's why that certification was such a big success, because he had the social proof and the credentials in order for people to want to learn to do that. So I'll link to why certification courses are awesome. That's an episode that we did in the show notes if you're interested in doing a certification this year. The last course type that I want to talk about is a hybrid course plus a service, like a done for you or done with you. So in this case, you have a course, you've got a static course that your students or clients are working through, and then you also have a done for you component along with it. And I've done this in the past too, where I laid the foundation for course creation, and then we did a little bit of a done for you in terms of design, or we built out something in Kajabi. People love this because they can learn some information in detail on their own time, but they also get that hand holding as part of your course and what you're offering. People really, really want that right now. I think some people got fatigued on courses that just taught you how to do something that was one model. And they wanted to figure out, how do I make this work for myself? And that's where done for you or done with you really comes into play. This is exactly what we do in terms of our done for you services. So if you want to work with us, coursecreationboutique.com/course. All right, here is your action item moving forward. Think about one course format that you could do in the next 90 days. What would be attractive to you? Would it be the live cohort, a starter course, a certification, that hybrid plus a done for you or a done with you? What could you get done in the next 90 days? A workshop, just even a live workshop, an intensive, whatever it looks like, start thinking about what that would feel like. What would be the topic? What's doable for you in the next 90 days? And then start putting a plan against it, and check out some of the resources that I've linked in the show notes to go further. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If this has made an impact on you or your business, please, please, please leave me a review. I'll see you next time. In the meantime, go create, be you and be brilliant, and get it done.